Hey, Cress.
What's up, Carla? How you doing?
I am doing good, brother. After seeing you last night in that show, you did the daggone thing. I was like, first of all, let me just address this. I worked with you for what, almost 4 years on Heart of Dixie. I didn't
Yeah.
know you could sing. I forgot that you were Scooter on In Living Single. I forgot that you was on Star Trek. I forgot that you was in one of my favorite rom-coms ever, Never Been Kissed. I'm like, we could have been having so much fun. I was like, ignorance is bliss, I guess, because I probably would have fanned out or something. But I was,
Uh,
how did I not know this? And I was at the show last night, and there were a bunch of OGs from the
yeah.
time they did it at the Mark Taper Forum, Jelly's
Yeah.
at Mark Taper Forum, and some Broadway people that I knew from when I was on Broadway. Um,
Okay.
I want to know what it felt like when you saw Jelly's last jam, because you said you saw it as a kid, right?
I saw it at the taper. I mean, like in my 20s, a college theater student, and uh I mean, it's such a wild moment. I saw it, and I remember Keith David coming out in the very beginning, and his with his cane, and that he had this very distinct limp, and when he broke out in that with the prologue, I just it was just like a chilling moment. And as I watched the entire show, I was just like, I want to play that part someday.
And look
Um,
at that. Dreams come true, huh?
yes, yes. And it was amazing. A couple nights ago, he came to the show. And so to get his approval, um, was amazing. It's interesting because you want something and then you start to do it. And it was scary in the beginning because it was like, when you do film and television, it's like you're originating whatever characters you're playing. There's no shoes to fill. There's no shadow of somebody else. But doing this play was like I hear Keith David in my head, like and and so starting the rehearsal process, I was like, thankfully my director Kent Gash, he's just amazing, but he's done the show before, and
Yeah.
I was like, look, you got to like check me because I don't want to just be doing Keith David, like I don't want to be just doing an imitation, and he was really, great in saying, look, there's certain things that you have that he also has that you guys both share together, your voice, your things like that. It was like, but then we started to dig into the scenes and start to find the things that, like, not for the sake of like Keith David did this, you do this. It was just like, no, let me go ahead and dig into this stuff and find my own take. And so the OGs being there, I got some great responses from them last night to let me know, like, okay, no, I made it my own. So then now to come back to theater, which I just thought like, yeah, this is where I come from. And I'm like, man,
Listen, them 8 shows a week are not for the weary, honey.
yeah. Well, the rehearsal process alone, like that was an adjustment process to be going from film and television is a weekend, it's a weekday experience. And when they were like, okay, so rehearsals are 6 days a week, I'm like,
And you
okay,
like, you like run
what?
that by me again?
And they're like, and your one day off is Monday. I'm like, Monday?
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
okay.
Imagine doing tours and that being your schedule
Oh
because
my
the day
goodness.
off is the day that you travel.
Right.
You understand what I'm
It's
saying? It is not.
crazy.
It is
It's
not for the weary. It is not.
no, it is not. And then like, we mounted this show in like 3.5 weeks, which
That's a
I
lot.
only looked around and nobody seemed panicked. All because I'm working with people who are all like musical theater people, and they all were like, yeah. They're like, yeah, okay, this is, and they were like, I've done shows in less time. I'm like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a whole different muscle, and even the rehearsal process is, which I love the rehearsal process, but it was like getting used to that fact. When you're doing film and television, you you take a piece, you work it, and you leave it, and you leave. By the end of the day, that piece is gone, and then you're on to the next piece, and you work it and you leave it, and there's a sense of putting a button on something at the end of every day.
Yeah.
Whereas rehearsal, there would be days I come home and my wife would be like, "How's it going?" I'm like, "Babe, I'm not having a good day." Um, and I'm coming home going, you know what? I think I suck actually. I'm not good. Like,
Wow.
and realizing and then having to like process that and go, no, that was just today. And like the next day, and it gets better and better, and I'm working with people who like this is what they do
But this is what
all
you
the
do too.
time.
I'm gonna stop you, bruh, because this is what you do too. Because I saw
Mm,
you. If this would be a different conversation if I
mm,
was talking to you about this show and had not seen your performance. I saw your performance. And as
mm,
somebody that been in a plethora of Broadway shows and Keith David is a dear friend of mine. I'm
mm.
telling you, and I need for you to hear and receive it. You did that. You did that. You did not suck. You were fantabulous. Okay.
I
Let's
will.
just
I
take
receive.
that and receive it.
I will receive it, and thank you so much. That means you don't know how. Oh, I will take that. I'm going to take that
Cress,
and
dude,
wear
I was
wear.
like, my mouth was like blam blam on the floor. I was like, what? 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 Let me ask you this real quick before I let you go, because I want to talk to you all afternoon and my time is about to run short. But the puppetry. So
Yeah.
I've done Broadway shows where I did puppetry. I was in The Lion King and I did
Oh,
Avenue Q, but I didn't have to do puppets in Avenue Q, but everyone around me had to do those rod puppets.
yeah.
That's a
Yes.
whole different thing. How
Yeah.
challenging was that for you? Because you're already saying that, stepping into Keith's shoes, doing the theater schedule and
Yeah.
all of this, and you're coming home going, oh my God, what am I going to do? How did you overcome that?
I mean, it was just kind of like I think it was just the excitement because like I know the show and I know what happens. And so, when our director's like, this is what we're doing, it didn't even, I didn't even realize it. We had been like kind of in rehearsal and I didn't think about like, oh, that's right. There's no white people in this cast. Like, but there's a couple of white characters. And then he said, we're going to be doing puppets. And I was like, and when he explained the reasoning, I was like, oh, that was just one of those moments, one of many moments where I was like, this show's gonna be fire. I was like, that's dope. And so I just and I still play with them like, when the first set of puppets are on stage doing it, I'm like in the wings doing their lines in the mirror just to make sure I'm like my puppet's working and that I'm like, okay, I think I'm ready to go now. Um so that was just fun because also I felt like, there wasn't, Keith didn't have to do puppets. So it's like, okay, I don't have anything to compare it to. I could just go and just do this thing. So that was just fun,
That
you
was
know.
one of my favorite. That was one of my favorite moments in the show because it was different. Tell me a little bit about your daughter's venture, Better Beings.
So it's a beautiful line called Better Beings. Right now, is some jewelry out, but she's also going to be expanding to other things. I want people to find it. Better Beings. Please, 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 please support my daughter.
Tell them where they can find it.
You can find it on Instagram. She has her own page, and it'll link you to where you can look at the products and purchase the products and help us out.
And
Yeah.
is Dead Wrong going to be streaming or is it going to be in theaters?
It's streaming. I think on multiple platforms. And I'm not sure about a theatrical release as of yet.
Okay, cool. Well, Chris Williams, first of all, I want to thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day on your day off to chat with me because it's been 5,000 years since I've seen you.
Yes,
You know what I mean? And if you decide you want to do a cabaret and you need a singing partner, I'm your girl.
please. Oh, yes, yes.
Let a sister know, reach out and holla. But thank you so much and good luck with the rest of your run. You
Thank
like
you.
seriously. Thanks, bro. I appreciate you.
You too.
This was wonderful. I'm happy to have this conversation with you. And follow me on social media. You don't even follow a sister.
Oh, I'm gonna follow you now. I'm really. I mean, I'm gonna be
You're the
honest.
worst. I
I am like.
know.
I just kind of go, and I
You
don't
just
know.
living life.
I'm old. I'm old.
Oh, Negro, please. We probably in the same vicinity. So you ain't that. I am not claiming that. I am a seasoned dog. Like I am seasoned like Lowry's. Okay, I
There
am
you.
claiming
Oh,
that.
nice. Yeah. Yes. 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 why you say that I'm gonna drink these electrolytes that because I'm seasoned, but my body needs a little lubrication.